All right, great team win. Great way to set the tone of this series, and unbelievable crowd. I mean, electric crowd. I mean, we got to figure out. We either got to play, South Carolina more times, or figure out how to get that type of crowd more often, because that we feed off the energy, and just appreciate the students. We're making a ton of noise. Everyone that was lined up. I mean, it looked like a sea of people down the left field line, and then everybody, in their seats, just clapping and standing up, and 2 outs, 2 strikes, just making noise, and all those things. Our players feed off that energy. So really appreciate the crowd and the energy and the atmosphere and the electricity that made DKS rocking tonight. So we had pitching, we had some defense, we had timely hitting. Scored 3 runs with 2 outs. Colin Priest with a big 2-out, 2-run double. Josh Pano had a 2-out RBI walk. And then obviously the exclamation mark, what felt like, really just kind of that nail, that final nail when JP hit the bomb. And then Lucas getting 9 outs, that's tough to do. And to do it the way he did it, and pitch the way he's done that before, and it's super valuable to have a guy like Lucas that can be extended and save a game and go length for us. So that's big time. But a lot of bright spots tonight. But obviously we're happy with the win tonight. But there's a lot more to do this weekend. So certainly not satisfied.
All right, questions for players?
Jarren, that was a nice backflip by you after the game. Are you going to maybe make that a tradition or do it again tomorrow if y'all beat the Gamecocks?
I don't know. It was just kind of an in-the-moment thing. I don't know if I'll make it tradition or anything. I was just excited.
I don't think you got an at-bat in this series last season, but you've been down here in South Carolina a couple years now. At what point did you realize how meaningful this rivalry was, and how special was it for you to get that homer tonight?
As soon as I got here, I knew how important this rivalry was, just not for our team, but the state of South Carolina. Our objective and goal every season is to beat the Gamecocks, and that's just what we want to do. We want to compete as hard as we can. We know that they're a super good competitive team, so we just want to essentially out-compete and just compete to our best abilities.
Jarren, when you see a guy like Aiden, usually pretty reserved, and he gets so pumped up in the first inning after that strikeout, what does that do for the emotions of the team at that moment?
It gives us a boost. Aiden is really good, so whenever we see him doing his thing on the mound, giving us an opportunity to take a lead or even just get some runs on the board with his holds, that's just what we need. He's really good player, does his job, and he's just a really good leader for our team.
Lucas, 3 appearances, 3 saves this season. How have you kind of embraced that closer role so far this year?
Yeah, I mean, just looking at our bullpen, we've got so many different guys who can do, that role or whatever. I mean, we've got Drew, Reed, Igor, just a bunch of different guys who can kind of fill that spot. And, for myself, kind of going into that, I mean, that's just the first step. Now I'm gonna pass the baton and we'll see where it goes.
I don't think they know who Igor is.
Oh, Nathan, sorry.
Divorce.
Lucas, what were you thinking in that moment as you saw that ball floating out to left field there?
Yeah, I mean, we teach one thing here. I mean, the other day, Seven brought up this thing. That's the difference. So, I mean, that's the difference from, Gaffney, holding his foot on the bag there. That's the difference between both of those balls almost going out. I mean, it was a tough moment, but, that's the difference.
Did your heart almost drop though when you saw it come off the bat?
Yeah, it dropped. I think everybody's heart in the stadium dropped. But, I mean, that's baseball.
What was it like pitching against a couple of former teammates tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. I think it brought some emotion out from a lot of different guys, and it just fueled the fire. All the fans being there, just really supporting us. It was cool to play against them, but it was also cool to experience that as well.
Jarren, that moment when you hit the home run and you look over at your dugout and get to celebrate it before you get on over to first base, what was that like for you to know, that feeling in that moment?
It's a team moment. I had a job to do. The team motivated me. The fans motivated me. I just wanted to do a job. Hopefully, get on base for the team.
It looked like your eyes lit up when you saw that ball hanging as it came at you? What were you thinking, or not thinking in that moment, but what did you see with that pitch?
I had a plan, good approach, especially from our coaches today. We executed the plan very well as a team. A lot of QABs in that final moment, especially throughout the game. We had a plan in our scouting meeting. We executed that plan really well. You have the plan, you do the job, and then whatever happens, happens. I mean, it's a game of failure. You hope to succeed every time, but it's just not going to happen like that. And fortunately, it did happen like that tonight. So it was a good win for us.
It was quite a bat flip of it. Looked like it almost caught you on the way down. Did anybody kid you about that afterwards?
Yeah, I don't really like playing like that, honestly. Obviously, emotions get the best of everybody in a very exciting situation, but I try to stay as humble as possible, especially in those situations. I'm not gonna apologize for it because it was a really big moment, but yeah, that's not my style. And sometimes you just gotta learn how to conserve all that emotion and energy and excitement. Go Lions, by the way.
Can you walk us through, after you crossed home plate after home run, you did a celebration for your team. Can you tell us, or walk us through, like, what was the dance celebration you did?
That's something for us only. That's only for us.
What you do?
Huh?
Yeah.
Anything else for the players? All right, thank you, players.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.